So here's one that is going to hit you where it hurts. Your phone that you're addicted to, the devices that most human beings now see as part and parcel of the modern world, right? Tech. What's happened with tech and the decline I've seen in so many people who are close to me, even me, when you look at my case history, under the effects of the new 4G, fast internet, Wi Fi, blue lit world, and the role it plays in our biology is oh, it is a very complicated picture. And my concern is that no one's talking about it. And no one, oh, well, Dr. Jack Kruse and many of the mitochondriacs and people like me are, yes. But this is being normalized for children, and it makes me worry about the future of our species. So, let's get into it. With incentives and the emerging technology that big tech has produced, right? The emergent opportunity that previously, as you saw in previous modules, was allocated to medicine, right? Pharmaceutical chemistry, and then to the food industry. The same incentive structure and monetization and stranglehold by monopoly capital happened to human attention, happened to your consciousness through the internet and modern devices that transmit this. The internet hijacked the human brain, and now we are being farmed. Attention became the new oil field. What is staggering is that I've seen really smart, talented people who I know, who I admired, actually, just become ADHD wrecks over last sort of like 10 years and really just spin their wheels. And I've tried to intervene, I've tried to do a lot to kind of get them out of it, but this sort of tech addiction runs so deep in some people, it is truly disturbing. And people will give up their entire life before they give up their phone. And that just doesn't stop shocking me. But for the purposes of the module today, what you need to get through to yourself is the mechanics of how these kind of like dopaminergic manipulating devices destroy your redox and your ability to think and execute and be fully human. Every scroll has a quantum cost. Every pixel on your phone emits blue light, far in excess of what we are adapted for. We're adapted to see the sun, to be immersed in nature, to be exposed to full spectrum light, not minuscule frequencies of light, but the whole spectrum. And what happens in modernity is we're disconnected from all the frequencies that heal and we are exposed primarily to blue light. And I want you to look into blue light toxicity because you likely have it. You likely have it. And I'd like you to know that once you are living in that blue light prison, you're not even you anymore. And that's what's scary. The depth to which this runs, I've lost, great friends, like really smart people whose life just fall off a cliff. And they've not been able to get back because of things like social media addiction, use of just these fucking devices. That brilliant minds and rendered them into ADHD jokes where they delude themselves, where they can get nothing done anymore. It's shocking. But what you need to do is understand the mechanics of what happens. So, look, these devices are emitting frequencies of light that are destroying retinal melatonin and collapsing circadian redox. Okay? Chronically having your dopamine spiked thousands of times a day our use of these devices, right, depletes intercellular magnesium and DHA, molecules that are required for electron tunneling in mitochondria. As you start to just lose electrons, and as those electrons aren't able to pass through the electron chain, transport chain, effectively, with that goes life. A quote that I love is from Konstantin Buteyko that modern environment takes man from being an intelligent being, turns him into a primeval creature, right? And this is what these devices do. They take our brilliance and intellect and ability and start to like just deplete our consciousness until we are just like an automaton, a zombie. That's what these things do. Okay? The retina and prefrontal cortex share the same mitochondrial networks. So every hit of dopamine that we're getting, right, is a quantum hit to our executive function, our prefrontal cortex, what even makes us human, what allows us to make decisions and orient our destiny, yeah, is depleted. So social media addiction is nothing other than a circadian mismatch, dopamine depletion, and mitochondrial uncoupling. And the net result of this is that you don't function anymore. And there is no performance, there's no greatness. There's nothing but depletion downstream of this once it starts. An idea that I want you to get is that if you don't pay for a product, you are the product. You're being farmed. A lot of people know this. A lot of people are waking up now. But of course, the vast majority are still under the spell. You are, if, what is being farmed and monetized is your attention by carrying these pieces of technology, right? And if you trade your time and attention, right, for your wellness and for your human function and potential, what you will get is mediocrity, and the vision in your mind's eye will never be actualized. That's the trade-off. And if you're willing to do that to satisfy a social media or tech addiction, fine. This is not the right place for you because we don't accept that over here. But if you're ready to unplug, these are the things that I'd like you to just dance with and start to reflect on what if it's happening to you. So I've got some resources here. One is on Netflix, The Social Dilemma. I want you to engage with that, review that, start to really understand what it might be doing to you. And then I want you to do the same with the Huberman video on dopamine and motivation. And I hope by the end of that, you begin to wake up and are starting to entertain the possibility of changing your relationship to modern technology. This is not good. These are not your friends, big tech. These are not people who are interested in your potential. They're not interested in your well-being. They're not interested in you being anything other than a consumer, halfway sick, dead, barely functioning, zombie, inert, not able to shake up any aspect of reality. People profit from that. Yeah. The smartest people in the world design these technologies to profit from that. And if you play their games, you will not win. My recommendation? Don't play them at all. Unplug. You have 4 times the achievement on the other side of that. But it's a decision you have to make. I'm just going to give you the data, the facts, and the statistics. The rest is on you.